The Tuckman model, which was created in 1965, displays the 5 stages in which a group will go through while they're working together. These stages are: number 1, forming. This is a shorter phase in which the group is focused on getting to know one another. In this phase, they'll learn what roles they're accountable for and also what responsibilities they'll need to get done. The second phase is the storming phase. This is the stage in which disagreements can occur. This is where the group starts to communicate their thoughts and feelings to one another, even though they still feel as if they're individuals rather than a group working together. The third phase is the norming phase. This is where the group starts actually coming together to become one. The people feel as if they are part of a team and actually begin to collaborate with one another to complete the task at hand. Most importantly to learn from this phase is that the group is cohesive. The fourth phase of this model, which is the performing phase, is in which the group performs in an open atmosphere. In this stage, the group must be flexible, and due to their adaptability, they will become much more confident during this phase. Individual and team goals are accomplished in this phase. The final phase of the Tuckman model is the adjourning phase. This is the completion of the task at hand. In this stage, the group will either disband after the project is done, or they will work together and collaborate on future projects or become lifelong friends. So, for my personal example, I wanted to do my bio final, which I did this year. We had to do groups of 3, and we were in small groups to get this big 12-minute presentation done. To be a group member in like the forming stage, I found that it was very interesting because it was like I had never met any of these people before, and it was very like stressful at first because I was kind of nervous. But as we reached into the storming phase, like we kind of began to collaborate a little bit, and even though like I feel like at this point we were still kind of like new to each other, so we were still a little bit just nervous. So we couldn't really get much done. But as we began to work together and became like part of the norming phase, this is when we really began to come together as a group, because like we began to form deeper relationships with one another. And at this point, it was like we really like were friends, and that therefore we got to get the project done a lot more efficiently. And then in the performing phase, I think that in this phase, that's when like the fruition of our work really came together, because it really showed like how much work we really put into what we were doing. We were very proud of what we did. I felt somewhat insecure going into this because I am a very like anxious person. So like going into a big group presentation by myself with a bunch of new people was very stressful. I overcame it kind of just by going through it and just sticking with it throughout all the way, because I knew that that's what I had to do to get it done. My group was very open to ideas. We were very collaborative, and we never really felt like we were embarrassed to share with one another. I felt like everybody was very accepting and willing to listen to what everyone had to say. I think it was a very good experience because we all just kind of worked together to get our common goal done. The group didn't really experience too many problems. Some of our group members were struggling with like absences and stuff, but we really did come together at the end, and I feel like we really did put equal shares into the project and able to get it done. I think to our group like dissolving itself, I feel like our group personally didn't, but I could see why somebody would. I feel like if group members aren't contributing enough, that may be a factor that would lead to them disbanding, or like maybe just group disagreements where it's like on a personal level rather than like a professional level. I feel like that could demonstrate why a group might disband. I don't really know if I've formed any lifelong relationships from this. I've been talking to my group since we finished the project. We've become like friends, but I'd really have to wait and see if I have done that. But I have like in previous projects formed lifelong friends, because like a lot of my high school friends I met them through doing like group projects and things. So it's like I have formed lifelong friends through this process, but for the example I'm using, I have not. Like I wouldn't know yet. So